Want to speak real Italian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ItalianPod101.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ItalianPod101.com. My name is Daisy. Mi chiamo Daisy. And in this video we're gonna talk about what happens during March in Italy. Marzo in Italia. Marzo in Italia. March, the third month of the year, is usually the month of Lent, so Quaresima, which comes from 40, so 40 days, 40 giorni, I 40 giorni di Quaresima, which is the fasting that Catholic people are supposed to do, or anyway, everyone who follows those rules. So they abstain from fancy food, like rich in fats, and especially everything that comes from animals. So as you know, Easter is not a fixed holiday, it doesn't have fixed dates, and that's why it depends what's celebrated in March. For example, it could be a late carnival or a early Easter. But March is usually in between, so there's carnival in February and then Easter in April. So that's why there is Quaresima in March. But we do have some fixed dates for some celebrations. For example, the 8th of March is Women's Day, or even better, the International Day for Women. Of course, it's not a holiday, but we still do celebrate. The symbol of this day is la mimosa. Mimosa. So not only the cocktail, of course, but the flower. Actually, there is also a cake, a mimosa cake, that is really used during this day. But it's also said that this flower was chosen because there was a tree, a bush of mimosa outside a factory where a lot of women died actually in a fire in New York in 1908. So that's why it became the symbol. It may be for that or just because it's just like season of mimosa and it's also cheap. So everyone can afford it and gift it to women. In fact, that's what happens. Usually you can see around the street, at every corner, actually people selling those flowers so that everyone can buy those. For example, your colleague or like your schoolmate, your father, your husband, everyone. And it's also common for women to gift it to women as well. So it's not only men who buy it. And what women do on that day, it really depends, but there are many celebrations. So there may be speeches or book groups that discuss a novel or maybe an essay written by a woman. But there's also crazy celebrations, like, for example, aperitivo, which is not that crazy, but just having like entrées and a light dinner with your friends, with your female friends. So aperitivo tra donne, or la cena per la festa della donna, cena per la festa della donna. So you could say il giorno della donna, Woman Day, and it's not delle donne, it's more like la festa della donna, singular in Italian, or yeah, the celebration of the woman. For these days, in fact, you can see a lot of discounts or sales. If you're a woman, you can get some percentage off. In some discos or pubs, there are also stripteases organized, and that's the same word, striptease. Comes from English, but we do have a word for that. It's spogliarello. Spogliarello. Because spogliare means to take off the clothes. 17th of March is la giornata dell'unità nazionale. Giornata, day, dell'unità nazionale, of national unity. So it's the day when in 1861 the reign of Italy was proclaimed. Now the thing is that we're a republic, not a reign anymore, so there's no king. So it's not properly a holiday, it's just like a celebration of Italy becoming united. But it's not like the celebration of the country, because that's on the 2nd June for the Day of Republic. But still you can see frecce tricolori going around, and those are the airplanes that have colored smoke. In fact, they represent the colors of the flag, because on this day we not only celebrate unity, but also la Costituzione, constitution, l'inno, the hymn, and la bandiera, the flag. Costituzione, inno, and bandiera of Italy, because they date back to this day, which, by the way, is also St. Patrick's Day. But I mean, people do celebrate that, like in Irish pubs and so on, but it's not like inside our bones. It's not like for everyone. Not a lot of people know about that, actually. And then on the 19th, so 10 days after Women's Day, there's Father's Day. This one too is an international day, even though depending on the country, they have like different dates to celebrate, right? But in Italy, the 19th of March was chosen because this is the day of Saint Joseph, so San Giuseppe, who is Jesus' father. Of course, you can find like cards and notes to buy, and also kids make them in school for the father and say like auguri, so congratulations, or thank you, grazie, so to show appreciation. But there is also a typical sweet of this day. It's called zeppola with the Z. And actually it varies a bit, like depending on the region, but the origin comes from the same thing, and it is the fact that Joseph, had to sell frittelle, we'll see what it is, when they had to escape to Egypt. So with Maria, Holy Mary, and Jesus, il bambin Gesù, when they escaped to Egypt, he had to sell those on the street in order to provide for his family. Frittella is fried dough, basically. Could even be rice, or some people put fruits on it, like apples, for example. But anyway, the fried sweet was what Giuseppe sold to provide for his family, and so that's what is sold and eaten on this day as well to celebrate him. La zeppola is basically like a cream puff, let's say, but bigger, and not always with cream in it, but on it. And the cream is typically custard, so crema pasticcera, but there are also some variation, like with jam or with chocolate. La zeppola classica è con la crema pasticcera. Nowadays there's also the baked version, so not only fried, so it could either be fritto, fried, or cotto al forno, baked in the oven. There are no other specific celebrations during this month, for the reason I told you before, is Quaresima, but temperatures are getting warmer, like around 14 the maximum and 6 degrees minimum. So this is a good period for school trips because it's still bassa stagione, so low season. Marzo is the month of primavera, spring, and it's known as Marzo Pazzerello, so little crazy March, a bit crazy March. Pazzerello comes from pazzo, and that's because sometimes it may be good weather, sometimes it may rain, and it can change it also on the very same day because it could be like super windy, for example. In fact, there is a way of saying that goes like Marzo Pazzerello, guarda il sole e prendi l'ombrello. Marzo Pazzerello, crazy March, guarda il sole, look at the sun, and prendi l'ombrello, and take the umbrella. Because yeah, you never know with March, with crazy March, Pazzerello. So yeah, that's what happens during March. Let me know in the comments if we have the same celebrations or not. And if you want to be able to have real Italian conversations with native speakers, click the link in the description, download our PDF lessons, and learn all the essential Italian that you need in your everyday life. Thank you for watching. I see you soon. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.